Div and span tags are one of the most confusing things for those new to HTML. And to see why, let's code it down and view it inside a browser. Let's write down the opening and closing div tag and then write down opening and closing span tag and save it. And after we load it into the browser, we will see absolutely nothing unless we have some content inside these tags. Div and span tags are just dividers. They have no inherent formatting. So why would you even use a tag that has no inherent formatting? The answer is because it divides content on the page. Because it helps group elements of content in the page. Suppose a web page has two articles, both constitute a heading, subheading, and a paragraph. To make our markup more meaningful to user agent and search engines, it would be a good idea to wrap both the articles inside a container, so that the search engine knows which heading, subheading, and paragraph are related to each other. To accomplish this, we would wrap the h1, h2, and p elements inside a div element. This will create a container, although invisible to end user, around its contents. As we can see that wrapping the articles inside the div element creates no apparent change. But now if we style these div tags and apply the background and foreground color, we will see that a style has been applied to the whole article. And with the advent of HTML5 and with its heavy emphasis on semantics, we can structure our page more meaningfully by wrapping our article inside the article element instead of the div element. Again, structurally, both div and article are exactly the same. The difference lies in their semantics. Article is a dedicated container for wrapping up the article on a page and consequently making it more meaningful to bots and user agents. Again, as we can see here, that there is no apparent change after we have replaced the div element with the article element. If we pay attention to the layout of a web page, it's actually nothing more than a collection of divisions or divs. Just like article, a web page contains some essential elements such as header, navigation, main content, and footer, etc. Before the introduction of HTML5 semantic elements, all the page sections were wrapped inside the div element. But now, there are 6 dedicated sectioning elements for 6 different types of page sections. Visually, they are exactly the same, but semantically, they are much more different and hence more meaningful to search engines and user agents. Unless and until specified, the width of all the sectioning elements is width of the browser window. Why? Because they are all block level elements. And now let's turn our attention to the span element. It wouldn't be wrong if we say that the span element is an inline version of the div element. Both of them have no inherent properties. Both of them just surround the content that is inside of them. But div creates a block and starts on a new line, whereas span, being an inline level element, appears inline with the content and doesn't force a line return. To understand this difference, let's apply span and div to the paragraph we have applied div to the first paragraph and span to the second paragraph. Save it and reload in the browser. And it's clear as daylight that div breaks the flow of the text and forces a line return, while span does not. Thanks for watching.